Isaiah. Chapter 46. Bel has bowed down, Nebo stoops, their idols are on beasts and cattle, the things which you carry are a burden, a load for a weary beast. They stoop and have bowed down together, they are not able to escape the burden, but they themselves have gone into captivity. Listen to me, O house of Jacob, and all the remnant of the house of Israel, you who have been born from birth, who have been carried from the womb. Even unto old age, I am he, even unto your gray-haired years, I will bear you. I have made and I will carry, and I will bear and deliver. To whom will you liken me, and with whom will you make me equal and compare me, that we should be considered alike? Those who lavish gold from the purse and weigh silver in scales and hire a goldsmith, and he makes a god they bow down and even worship it. They lift it up on their shoulder, they carry it and set it in its place and stand it up. It will not move from its place, someone even cries out to it, and it does not answer, nor save him from his distress. Remember this and stand fast, put this in your heart, O transgressors. Remember the former things of old, that I am God and there is no one else, I am God and there is no one like me. Who declares the end from the beginning in things which have not been done from ancient times, saying, My counsel will stand, and all my desire I will accomplish. Who calls for a bird of prey from the east, and from a distant land a man to be his counselor. Indeed, I have spoken, surely I will bring it to pass. I have purposed, surely I will do it. Listen to me, O hard-hearted ones, who are far from righteousness. I will bring my righteousness near, it is not far off, and my salvation will not delay, and I will give salvation in Zion, and to Israel my glory. Isaiah. Chapter 47. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon, sit on the ground where there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for you will no longer be called tender and delicate. Take millstones and grind meal, remove your veil, strip off your flowing skirt, uncover your thigh, cross over the rivers. Your nakedness will be uncovered, your shame will also be seen, I will take vengeance and will not spare any man. Our Redeemer, Jehovah of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel. Sit in silence and go in darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for you will no longer be called the Queen of Kingdoms. I was angry with my people, I profaned my inheritance, and I have delivered them up into your hand. You have not shown any mercy to them, you have made your yoke very heavy upon the elderly. You have said, I will be a queen forever, you did not put these things into your heart, you did not remember the end of them. And now hear this, O lover of pleasure, who dwells securely and says in your heart, I am, and there is none besides me, I will not dwell as a widow, and I will not know loss of children. But these two things will come upon you suddenly, in one day, loss of children and widowhood, in full measure they will come upon you in spite of the multitude of your sorceries, in spite of the great power of your spells. And you felt secure in your wickedness, you said, no one sees me. Your wisdom and your knowledge have seduced you, and you said in your heart, I am, and there is none besides me. But evil will come upon you, and you will not know its origin, disaster will fall upon you which you cannot propitiate, for desolation will come upon you suddenly, about which you do not know. Stand now with your enchantments and the multitude of your sorceries, with which you have labored from your youth, perhaps you can profit, perhaps you will inspire terror. You are wearied with the multitude of your counsels. Let the astrologers, who gaze at the stars, who predict according to the new moons, stand up and save you from what is coming upon you. Indeed, they are like stubble, fire consumes them, they cannot deliver themselves from the power of the flame, there is no coal for warming themselves, nor the light of a fire to sit before. So will those with whom you have labored be to you, those who have traded with you from your youth, each one will wander off in his own direction, there will be no one to save you. Isaiah. Chapter 48. Hear this, O house of Jacob, who are called by the name of Israel, and who came out from the waters of Judah, who swear by the name of Jehovah and make mention of the God of Israel, but not in truth nor in righteousness. For they call themselves after the holy city and lean upon the God of Israel, Jehovah of hosts is his name. I have declared the former things from the beginning, and they went out from my mouth, and I let them hear them, I did them suddenly, and they came to pass. Because I knew that you are obstinate, and your neck is an iron sinew, and your forehead brass. Therefore I declared them to you long ago, before things came to pass I let you hear, lest you should say, my idol has done them, and my graven image and my molten image commanded them. You have heard, look at all this. And will you not declare it? From this time I will let you hear new things and hidden things which you have not known. They have been created now, and not long ago, and before this day you have not even heard them, lest you should say, indeed, I knew them. You also have not heard and have not known, your ears were not even open from that time, for I knew that you would deal very treacherously and would be called a transgressor from the womb. For my name's sake I will defer my anger, and for the sake of my praise I will restrain it for you, in order not to cut you off. Indeed, I have refined you but not like silver, I have tried you in the furnace of affliction. For my own sake, yes, for my own sake, I will do it, for how can my name be profaned? And I will not give my glory to another. Listen to me, O Jacob, and Israel, whom I called, I am he, I am the first, I am also the last. Indeed, my hand laid the foundations of the earth, and my right hand spread out the heavens, when I call to them, they stand together. Assemble yourselves, all of you, and hear. Who among them has declared these things? Jehovah loves him, he will do his pleasure on Babylon, and his arm will be upon the Chaldeans. I, even I, have spoken, indeed, I have called him, I have brought him, and his way will prosper. Draw near to me and listen to this, from the beginning I have not spoken in secret, from the time it took place, I was there. And now the Lord Jehovah has sent me and his Spirit. Thus says Jehovah, your Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel, I am Jehovah your God, who teaches you to do that which is profitable, who leads you in the way that you should go. If only you had hearkened to my commandments. Then your peace would have been like a river, and your righteousness like the waves of the sea. And your seed would have been like the sand, and the offspring of your bowels like the gravel, his name would not have been cut off or destroyed before me. Come out from Babylon, flee from the Chaldeans, with a voice of shouting declare, let them hear this, send it out unto the end of the earth, say, Jehovah has redeemed his servant Jacob. And they did not thirst when he led them through the dry places, he caused water to flow from the rock for them, and he split the rock, and the waters gushed out. There is no peace, says Jehovah, for the wicked. Isaiah. Chapter 49. Listen to me, O coastlands, and hearken, you peoples from afar. Jehovah has called me from the womb, from the bowels of my mother he has made mention of my name. And he has made my mouth like a sharp sword, he has concealed me in the shadow of his hand, and he has made me a polished arrow, he has hidden me in his quiver. And he said to me, you are my servant, Israel, in whom I will be glorified. But I said, I have labored in vain, I have used up my strength for nothing and vanity, yet surely the justice due to me is with Jehovah, and my recompense with my God. And now says Jehovah, who formed me from the womb to be his servant, to bring Jacob back to him, so that Israel would be gathered to him, and I will be glorified in the sight of Jehovah, and my God will be my strength. He says, it is too small a thing that you would be my servant to raise up the tribes of Jacob and bring back the preserved of Israel, I will also set you as a light of the nations that you may be my salvation unto the ends of the earth. Thus says Jehovah, the Redeemer of Israel, his Holy One, to the despised one, the one abhorred by the nation, the one subjected to tyrants, kings will see and arise, and princes will bow down, because of Jehovah, who is faithful, the Holy One of Israel, who has chosen you. Thus says Jehovah, in an acceptable time I have answered you, and in a day of salvation I have helped you, and I will preserve you and give you for a covenant of the people, to restore the land, to apportion the desolate inheritances. To say to the prisoners, Come forth, to say to those who are in darkness, Show yourselves. They will feed along the roads, and their pasture will be on all the bare heights. They will not hunger or thirst, neither the scorching heat nor the sun will strike them, for he who has compassion on them will lead them and will guide them beside the springs of water. And I will make all my mountains into a road, and my highways will be raised up. Indeed, these will come from a distance, and indeed these will come from the north and the west, and these from the land of the Sinim. Give a ringing shout, O heavens, and exult, O earth, and break forth into shouting, O mountains, for Jehovah has comforted his people and will have compassion on his afflicted ones. But Zion has said, Jehovah has forsaken me, and the Lord has forgotten me. Can a woman forget her nursing child, that she would not have compassion on the son of her womb? Even though they may forget, yet I will not forget you. Indeed, I have engraved you upon the palms of my hands, your walls are continually before me. Your children make haste, your destroyers and those who lay you waste will go forth from you. Lift up your eyes and look around, all of these gather themselves together and come to you. As I live, declares Jehovah, you will put all of them on like an ornament and gird yourself with them like a bride. For your waste and desolate places and your devastated land for you will be too constricted now because of its inhabitants, and those who swallowed you up will be far away. The children of whom you were bereaved will yet say in your ears, This place is too constricted for me, make room for me that I may dwell here. Then you will say in your heart, Who has borne these for me, since I have been bereaved of children and am barren, an exile and driven about? And who brought these up? Indeed, I was left alone, from where did these come? Thus says the Lord Jehovah, Indeed, I will lift up my hand to the nations, and unto the peoples I will lift up my banner, and they will bring your sons in their arms, and they will carry your daughters on their shoulders. And kings will be your foster fathers, and their princesses will be those who nurse you, they will bow down to you with their faces toward the earth and lick the dust of your feet, and you will know that I am Jehovah, those who wait on me will not be ashamed. Can the booty be taken from the strong man, or the lawful captives be delivered? Surely, thus says Jehovah, even the captive may be taken from the strong man, and the booty may be released from the tyrant, for I will strive with those who strive with you, and I will save your children. And I will feed those who oppress you with their own flesh, and they will be drunk with their own blood as with sweet wine, then all flesh will know that I am Jehovah your Savior and your Redeemer, the Mighty One of Jacob.